Finally, Galaxy Z Fold 6 first look is out, and this could be the final design of Galaxy Z Fold 6, where we are getting a wider cover display and a different but better inner display. This is the new look of Galaxy Z Fold 6. I have in total 4 pictures, and every picture is giving us some more details about the wider cover display on the Z Fold 6. Look at the display. Z Fold 6 is wider than the Z Fold 5, and if you want to know more about the details, then here are some of the details. Z Fold 6 will be 1.4mm shorter and 2.6mm wider than the Z Fold 5. I don't know, but looking at the pictures, it looks bigger than the Z Fold 5. Also, the main thing. The news source claims, or they're mistaken, I don't know, Galaxy Z Fold 6 will feature a 6.2 inches cover display and 7.6 inches inner display, exact same as Z Fold 5, but previous rumors confirmed suggesting we are going to see a 6.4 inches cover display. Also, now we can say the aspect ratio I quoted earlier were right, 20:9 on the cover display and 1.08:1 on inner display. Did you guys saw the difference? The inner display is almost squared off and it will work same as Z Fold 5. The renders also confirm there is no gap in between the hinge, which is a good thing. The overall design is also changed. If you notice, from the past couple of my videos, I was sharing a design like the S24 Ultra. This is the design, boxer design and sharp corners compared to curved sides on the Z Fold 5. On the back, the camera housing also looks the same. Samsung didn't just change the cover display on the Z Fold 6 but also improved the durability on the Z Fold 6, and they are planning to give us a new and a better UTG ultra thin glass for inner display. And yes, the hinge design is also changed. If you notice or not, Z Fold 6 should be thinner than the Z Fold 5. According to rumors, it is 11mm thicker when folded compared to 13.7mm on Z Fold 5, but looking at the renders, it looks thicker. And if you are worried about the S Pen slot, there is no S Pen slot in it, but the battery size is going to increase on Z Fold 6. Before moving on, make sure to subscribe. These are some of the previous rumors confirming full specs of Galaxy Z Fold 6. According to Universe, Galaxy Z Fold 6 is not as wide as the patent picture, but it is also relatively wide and the screen R angle is close to the right angle. If you look for a mobile phone for analogy, it is more like a screen R angle of Nubia Z60 Ultra, and the middle frame is similar, which is the vertical design. This is quite interesting, as if this phone is not as wide as mentioned by ICE, then how much will it be? That means a slightly wider design compared to the Z Fold 5. Moreover, he further added, "From now on, my Z Fold 6 leak is absolutely accurate, not based on the patent drawings and other sources. First of all, the design of a Z Fold 6 is more square. If the phone is more square, this means Z Fold 6 will not be a huge phone. Instead, Samsung made a wider cover display but keep the same form factor. Also, how the app would run on inner display will be a mystery, and it should be a portrait like a Z Fold 5 so we can run any app on inner display at the time of launch, and not like the Pixel Fold where Instagram was not even working properly." Did you guys know Samsung is going to change the build on the Z Fold 6? The same source claims Z Fold 6 will going to come with a titanium build. This makes Z Fold 6 probably the first ever foldable phone to come with a titanium build. And if I'm not wrong, Samsung will make a titanium hinge on Z Fold 6, which makes it much more durable than the previous Galaxy foldables. And even after reducing the thickness on the Z Fold 6, they obviously changed the hinge design on Z Fold 6. Along with this, Samsung are going to release 3 color options with the Z Fold 6. I can guess one, you can guess the other 2. The titanium grey color option similar to S24 Ultra might feature in the Z Fold 6, as it is going to feature a titanium build. Before talking about the cameras and build quality, I am 100% sure no one likes the under-display camera on Z Fold 5 and even previous Galaxy foldables, but Samsung is going to update the UDC on Z Fold 6. Let's hope it will be over 4 megapixel and not like the Z Fold 5. Now, there are a bunch of news regarding the battery life of a Z Fold 6. The news source claims something different, and I even have more information about the Z Fold 6 battery life. According to the recent source, Z Fold 6 will going to feature a 4600 mAh battery. That's 200 mAh more than the Z Fold 5. Would that make a big change? Maybe, but I don't think it will give you a battery life like the S24 Ultra. This will be far from best battery life, but I want to hear other sources, and those are claiming bigger battery life coming to the Z Fold 6. As from past couple of years, Samsung was using the same 4400 mAh battery in Galaxy foldables, and now there are a couple of sources claiming a bigger battery in the Z Fold 6. First, the official battery of the Galaxy Z Fold 6 is out, but the capacity is not confirmed, although If you compare the battery with the last year Galaxy Z Fold 5, the battery is slightly longer in size compared to the Z Fold 5, but the width of the batteries are same. But Samsung will going to use dual battery setup as the Z Fold 5, so the second battery will be smaller just like this one. This one is the Galaxy Z Fold 5 battery. Now that we know we are getting a bigger battery, one of the source claims Samsung will going to add a 5000 mAh battery in the Galaxy Z Fold 6, which is 600 mAh more than the Z Fold 5. This is really a big update, but it's not confirmed. We still need more sources to confirm this. Samsung really need a bigger battery in the Z Fold 6. Even Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 is not as efficient as its predecessor. Another reason we are going to see a bigger battery in the Z Fold 6 is the design itself. Now listen to these reasons. The phone will be wider and bigger in size compared to the Z Fold 5, which gives Samsung more space to put a bigger battery in the Z Fold 6. And even if you're getting a wider cover display, you also need a bigger battery to give a better battery life on the cover display and also the inner display. And if you're wondering, are we going to see a built-in S Pen? No. Samsung will go with a bigger battery, so there is no chance we are going to see a built-in S Pen. Did you guys heard of this? Samsung reverse engineered the Huawei Foldable to see how they put a bigger battery in such a thinner phone. This was the first step where Samsung also going to think about changing the design and increasing the battery size of the Galaxy Z Fold lineup. Talking about the performance, as we all know, Z Fold 6 will going to feature a same processor as S24 Ultra, Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, and keep in mind, it is not as efficient as it should be compared to the previous generation. That's the reason I was talking about the marginal difference in battery life. If Samsung increased the battery size on the Z Fold 6, also the charging speed matters. Although Samsung supplier for charging ports do support 65W fast charger, but Z Fold 6 is getting into production, indicating Z Fold 6 will going to feature a same 45W fast charger. The cameras where we saw some unconfirmed and some exciting news about the Galaxy Z Fold 6. According to the source, there is a talk going on about the Galaxy Z Fold 6 equipping the same camera sensor as S24 Ultra instead of decreasing the battery capacity. How on earth they all do it, nobody knows, but there is one thing certain, it is not going to happen in the near future on the Z Fold 6, as I have the news about the real camera update on the Z Fold 6. According to Galaxy Club, they cannot confirm 200 megapixel on the Z Fold 6, but so far, Samsung is planning a new 50 megapixel main sensor, and it will be same as the base model Galaxy S24. Other camera sensors will be 12 megapixel ultra wide and a 10 megapixel 3x telephoto sensor, same as Galaxy Z Fold 5. And even this camera setup is close to what we have seen already in the past two generations on the foldable phones from Samsung. Although there is one thing which will be really good in terms of camera update, we might see a 4K 60fps option while switching between different lenses, and a bunch of new AI features will also going to come on the Z Fold 6 and will take better low light shots compared to the Z Fold 5 due to their new AI processing. After getting some samples from S24 Ultra, Samsung changed the algorithm of how they process the image. That means now the images taken by Galaxy phone is more natural looking compared to over sharpened or overexposed. That same processing might come with the Z Fold 6, which is a plus point over the previous Galaxy foldable phones. The release date of the new device is expected earlier as the early production is started. Instead of August launch, we are expecting a launch somewhere in July. Although last year, Z Fold 5 was launched on 26th of July, and we can expect even earlier for the Z Fold 6. With that said, thanks for watching and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time. Till then, peace out.